All right, in this video, we're going to talk about group strategy. We're going to talk about the different ways that you can organize your group, and I'm going to give you kind of a lot of ideas to think about before you go into creating your group. The first thing I want to talk about is taking a sheet of paper out and actually writing down your thoughts on how you want the group organized. So actually take a white sheet of paper out, draw it out like you're doing a graph, and think about the structure of it. But do that after this video. So let's talk about groups. And this even applies to your community. So you want to think about how you're going to structure your community and structure your groups. So this really kind of goes hand in hand with community and with groups as you're going through the process. So in this case, I want to talk about a group that I've created called How to Use Convene. And it is the Leveraging a System group. And that's actually the group that you're in right now, possibly taking this experience, or it should be the group that you go to if you're seeing this video outside of the group. So if I go into Leveraging a System, you can see how I have it organized. It's going to give you the overarching goal of what we want to do inside of this group. I have a video up top that tells you a little bit about leveraging a system and content strategy. We go into leveraging a system, why, what the platform can do, all the different things platform wide. But let's talk about structuring this particular group. So we already know about members and announcements, how there's no algorithms, and how important discussion boards are. I'll talk about that a few times during this video. Why it is important to write blogs and put blogs in here. You can put video vlogs or both video and writing. Very important. Now, in this particular group, I decided to come in and give you a couple of different options. So lessons, experiences are lessons, okay? Think about it that way. They're trainings. Now, I want to talk to you about how I have this structured, how I have my content structured in this. This could have been put into modules, but I wanted to show you that you can just come in and put some content in here where anybody and everybody can go through it in the order that they need. So for example, if I already know how about the all-in-one platform, if I've already created my profile, if I've already become an affiliate, created a group, or maybe I'm not creating a group, maybe I'm just an individual that wants to learn how to create an experience and I don't really want to have my own group, then I can come in and just go straight to creating experience. You can go wherever you want inside of these experiences and go straight inside of them. Maybe I just want to learn about the compensation of Convene. I don't really want to write any content or create any groups, but I want to be able to sell other people's content and really understand how the compensation works. I don't have to do all the other stuff. So in experiences, people can pick and choose what they want to do. Now let's talk about subgroups. All right, 3 different types of groups. All right, remember that if this is coming from the community down or this is coming in a subgroup inside of a group, there is a public group. And you can see I have them in draft mode. I just made these groups just to kind of show you and talk you through it. A public group, it's free. A free group. Anybody can go in, anybody can go out. I can just click in, click join. I'm a member. I can collaborate. I can work through things with you. Now, a private group, you as a group creator, you have control of who comes in and who goes out, or who comes into the group and who has access to the group. I can do that one or two ways. I can send an invite to the group. That'll automatically allow that member to enter the group. They become a member right away when they click on that email. The other thing that I can do is I can accept a request. So if a member comes and they request to go into my group, and I can look at it and I can see who that person is and see if I want to accept them. Now, in thinking about this, who might use a group? It could be a team. It could be a small business. It could be a church group. It could be, there's no end to who might want to use a private group, but think of it as controlling access into that particular group. Obviously, a premier group is paid content. Who can come into the group, and the only way that they can get into the group is pay to have access into that group. So you're going to set the price And for me to get access to your group, I'm going to come in and pay. Now I want to click on this, and I want to just talk about this, because you're going to see this when you create a Premier group. But I want to talk to you a little bit about strategy of why this is important. So there's two types of Premier groups. You can have a single payment group. That means that I pay one time. I have access to the group. I never have to pay again, and I'm going to get continual access. Or a subscription, a monthly payment. All right, this is a membership group, a more dynamic group. We're going to continue to add content, continue to add value to that group. Like a mastermind would probably be a membership group where maybe I'm going to pay $5 a month for people to have access to me, to my content inside of that group. Now, it's going to ask you if you want to be a part of the affiliate program. There's yes and there's no. So the benefits of yes is that now everybody can go out and promote your content because you're willing to give them a referral fee for being a part of that. Now you can learn more about that in the compensation experience where I really take a deep dive in it. But that is huge, because if you sell your own content, you create your own content, even though I'm part of the affiliate program, you keep 100% of the price of your Premier group. But if you allow others to go out and sell it, these are sales that you would not have had. And so these are above and beyond, what you sell yourself. So I might, know somebody who wants to take what your group is about, and I refer them to it, and they buy it, and then you are willing to give a referral fee. One of the things that it does, if you are not part of the Convene affiliate program, Convene does not promote your group. If you are a part of the Convene affiliate program, Convene does promote your group as well. And that's one of the benefits of what we try to do to help you grow. Again, more about that in other videos. But you can go from 10% all the way to 60%. So I want to talk about that a little bit in Premier. So with your subgroups, you have a strategy that you may want to go through. In this, let's talk about this, top down. So maybe I have this free group, leveraging a system. I have free content where people come into the group, but I want to drive people into a paid mastermind. So I have this subgroup that's a Premier group, and now that's where they get their exclusive content because they're paying to be a part of that mastermind. And so now it's structured free, driving down into Premier. Maybe I have a private group in there because I'm going to handle all my business admin in there. Well, I control who goes in, who goes out. Maybe it's just me and the people that work for me that have access inside of that private group, and we can collaborate. I do that inside of my Matthew Kern group. Now, let's say that this is your main group. You just want to have one group. You don't want to have a bunch of subgroups, but you want to be able to sell content. And so this becomes a strategy for how you manage your group. I'm just going to manage the information. I'm going to manage the members. I'm going to manage everything here inside of the group. I'm going to work on the discussion board. People are going to collaborate in the discussion board here. And then I'm going to have modules. Now there's two types of modules, right? There are free modules, and there can be paid modules. If you have a paid modules, it is a one-time fee. It's not a membership, because what they're getting inside of this module is a course on how to do something. In this case, I have a free module. So people come into this free module. It says 6 key areas to focus on to grow a successful online business. This is free content. And from there, I am going to have the experiences that I offer. I take people to defining a passion, your story, your why, your strategy, and the marketing. I walk the dog through all of that. And maybe I have a document in here. In this case, I do not have a handout or a document, but I'm going to take you and show you an example of a group that does here in just a moment. So now I might drive people from taking the module, and then I drive people to interact inside of the discussion board. All right, I can have group blogs. I can have experience blogs. I can have subgroup, documents that mean blogs. I can have experience documents, community documents, group documents, module documents. So documents are built in everywhere within Convene. I wanted to touch on that. Now, I want to come over here and show you 2 examples real quick that are done incredibly well. and this is Lisa Herring, Side by Side Solutions, does really well within Convene. And so the way she has it structured is a private group right off the bat, and I'll actually walk through it this way. This is the long way. I'm going to show you the long way, and then I'll come and show you the short way after people initially join the particular group. So she qualifies people, makes sure that they're a veteran, and then she allows them into the private group. So she accepts them into the private group once they have been qualified. And then they will come into the private group. They cannot access the paid group until they come into the private group. And then this is where they would come in and pay. Now, I'm already a member of this group, so I'm not going to pay, but it would have the pay button here to have access to it. And then inside of this group, this is how Lisa does it, and she does it wonderfully. She does a module here, and inside of the module, she has 22 experiences. And then from that, she has a document, a workbook that people can have access to. And then what she does incredibly well is she manages her discussion board. So this is another great way, and you can see that people can respond to her, or they can respond anonymously, or they can put their name on it inside of the different experiences. Very important key. So anybody and everybody in your group, and you want to drive this, anybody and everybody can come in and they can add their discussion board either as themselves or anonymously, and that's what you're seeing inside of that. Now, I want to go to another community, and I think that this is another great example. This community is in Uniquely Yours. This is a parenting community, and I want to show you Jim Hendricks' group. So Jim has a public group. Let me back out and go back to community groups. This is a public group, so it's free to access this group. When I access this group, I come in, and this is where all the collaboration takes place. But the way he does his paid modules and his content is he has an initial free module that you can go to, Loving Your Child's Brain Introduction, and then you can pick and choose where you want to be for his paid modules inside of this particular group. So it's they're all in modules. Now, if I want to come in and I want to learn how much, if he will give a referral fee, I can come over to Premier Groups, and I can actually see that if I knew somebody, for example, that had ADD or ADHD, and I wanted to share this, that he's willing to give a 20% referral fee that goes into the affiliate referral program. So these are all the different things that you can see, and it allows me to find somebody. Maybe I'm talking as a counselor to a parent that has a child with ADD or ADHD, and I can share Jim's content with them so they can take it. All right, that's just a little bit of strategy, just a little bit of a long video, but think through it. Now take out a sheet of paper if you're creating a group and draw circles, and then have a meeting with somebody and say, this is how I want to structure it. Does it make sense? And then go to creating a group, and let's get started, and let's start building. Thank you for being a part of Convene.